Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rochelle from Rochelle.Handmade.Designs, and in this video we are doing some simplicity patterns. Now, if you remember a couple of weeks ago, I did my McCall's patterns during the week. Now, this week, Joann's will be having a simplicity pattern sale August 19th to August 22nd. So, what I decided to do is go ahead and pull out my simplicity stash and do some patterns that you guys may be interested in. Now, in this video, we will be doing 2014. Now, before I get started, go ahead and hit the like button and the subscribe button, and also turn on the notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on into these patterns. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right on into these patterns. The patterns that I am getting ready to show you are patterns of simplicity from 2014. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you the pre-spring patterns, followed by the spring, summer, and then the pre-fall and fall season. So the first pattern here is Simplicity 1458. This is an amazing fit pattern. I love this pattern. I have not gotten around to it, but once I get around to it, I think for me, I will do the A-line flared one. But this one comes in different, different cup sizes as well as different body types. So you have your slim, your average, and your curvy. For the curvy girls, the average girl, and the slim girls, like the petite. It also has bodice line panels, princess seams, and like I said, an A-line flare skirt. So this would be an amazing pattern to do. There's so many different fabric options as well that you can use in order to create this. And this is Simplicity 1458. Next one is 1461. Now for this pattern, I picked it up because I like view A, or it's view C on this pattern. That was the reason why I picked it up, but please keep in mind that this is from 2014. Our styles change over the years, so this is a pattern that I may get around to it and do something different and hack it. I'm not completely sure, but I picked it up for view E, and this is 1461. All of these are simplicity, so I'm just going to tell the numbers. There's no need for me to say simplicity after each one. Now this one I have two of. It's 1463. I'm not sure why I have two, but if you are interested in this pattern, please comment below and send me a DM on IG, Instagram, if you are wanting this pattern. It's 1463. The sizing comes in extra, extra small to extra, extra large. Now I picked it up for what the model here is wearing, which is view C. And that's the view that I am interested in doing whenever I get around to this pattern, but it's 1463. The next one is 1464. Now on this pattern, I picked it up because I like what the model is wearing, which is that skirt. I still have not gotten around to doing this. This would be great to use as a pleated skirt if you are doing my skirt series. This would be great to use as a pleated skirt. Basically, it comes in skirt, shorts, and white lace pants for this pattern. The only notion that you would need would be a 7-inch zipper in order to complete the skirt or the pants or shorts. So this would be a great pattern, and I do plan on doing like a button-down shirt and tie it to create this look, but in a different fabric. This is 1464. Next one I have three of. So if you are interested in one of these patterns, I have a size 6 through 14 that's available, as well as, a 6 through 14 that's available. The other one is not available because it's been cut. So I do have three, but only one up for grab. It's size 6 through 14 is the one that's up for grab. So on this one, I picked it up because I wanted to do Brittany J. Jones. She came out years ago with a zipper front skirt. I have not gotten around to it, and I don't know what I did with the tutorial. This would be great for just a straight pencil skirt. It's like you could actually add this to your business wardrobe or an everyday style skirt. You could do so many things. You could actually like create view C and add a waistband to it to make it a high-waisted pencil skirt. So you can do a lot of things with this pattern. Like I said, Brittany J. Jones opened up the front and created a zipper there. You could do stripes, you know, like create a diagonal line, add some seam allowance, and then have two different colors, like black on one side, white on another side. You can do many things with these patterns. Just make sure that if you hack a pattern, you have to add seam allowance and all that good stuff as well. But this is 1465, and this one right here, which is size 6 through 14, is up for grab if you are interested in getting that pattern. The next pattern is 1467. Now I have plans on doing a jacket with this pattern. I may actually do the pants as well, I'm not sure, but I really picked it up for this jacket. I have a knife and card print that I want to use for this jacket. This is by So Stylish. I'm not sure if they made any other patterns after 2014, but this is 1464, and this would be great to use as a business wardrobe series. 1415, now we're going into the spring patterns. This is 1415. The reason why I picked it up is because I seen that this was a Project Runway pattern, and I like all the views. You can pretty much create and do it how you want, but this is 1415. Next one is 1417. I like this dress. Now this dress, if you remember from my Friday sews, I said that I am doing a Layla dress. This would be great to do as the Layla dress as long as I take off those little peplum, the flared peplums on the side, and do it just like that. I forgot about this pattern, but yeah, this would be great to do as my Layla dress as well, but this is 1417. Next one is 1418, which is this one right here. I picked it up because I like this back. I have not gotten around to doing this pattern yet, but once I get around to this pattern, that's the view I want to do. I like that polka dot, so I may pick up some polka dot fabric from Joann in order to create this dress. And this is also a Project Runway pattern, and it's 1418. And it's funny because I have quite a few of the 1418. So this is what the original pattern looks like. This is the original pattern, and then Simplicity reissued the pattern, and I picked it up again. And this would be fun to do in this one shows Avengers fabric, so it would be interesting to do in like a Marvel / Avengers fabric. I don't have any in my stash, but this is also 1418. The Simplicity number is 0742. So I do have I have three of them, but only two will be up for grabs. So if you are interested, please let me know, and I will either send you the original copy that says 1418 or 0742. You must be between the sizes of 12 and 20. Next one that I have is 1420. I picked it up for a day evening style dress. This would be great if you're doing the day and night dress. I think it's like a challenge called Day to Night or something like that. I believe Renata from the Twilight Stitcher, she does that as well as the Little Red Dress Project every November. So if you are interested in doing something like this, this would be the pattern to do for that. It would be 1420. Now the next pattern, I have a lot of these patterns. This one is 1421, and I plan on doing this coat as part of a coat series that I'm planning to do next year in 2022. I have thought about it. I have done this jacket twice. I did one in 2015 for a holiday throw-on jacket, and then I did it again in 2017. So it's about time for me to pull this pattern out and redo. I do have this pattern, like I said, I have it 3 times. This is still in a pattern drawer. I'm not getting rid of any of them because I could always use it for different sizings, but I do have 3 of these patterns. This is a great blazer. Now for me, I do not do view B. That's not the view that I am interested in doing. The view that I'm interested in doing is view C. So I have done this in a knit fabric, and it's cute, but it just wasn't my style. So I would not do it in a knit. I would do it in a cotton fabric, and I have made it in Ankara print for view C. Actually, I did view B. I made an Ankara print and put bias tape. The second time I made it, I used a knit fabric and did bias tape for that. So I did do it 3 times. And then the third time I did like a floral print and used bias tape. Now, what I plan on doing for the next time I make this is just use a cotton fabric and make my own bias tape and use my bias tape as the trimming where you see right here that the model is wearing. But instead of doing the pockets, I do not want pockets, so I will leave that off and do view C. But that's 1421. 1422, I picked it up because it's a button-down shirt. I love some button-down shirts. I like the high-low right here on view C, and that's the view that I'm interested in doing. 1423, I don't know why I picked up this pattern. I'm not interested in this pattern, but if you are interested in this pattern, let me know. It's 1423 up for grabs for free. Next one I have 2 of, and I'm giving both of them away simply because, I'm sorry, I'm not giving both of them away. I'm giving one away. You must be between the sides of 4 and 12 because this size would not fit me. However, I don't know why I really picked it up. I know it's not really my style or anything nowadays. I picked it up when I was much younger, over almost a decade ago. But this is 1424. If I decide to do this pattern, I would probably do it for view A, and that's the view I would be interested in. But like I said, if you are interested in this pattern, let me know. Send me a DM on IG. And it's 1424. 1419. So on this pattern, I picked it up for view B. That's the view that I'm interested in. This is an older pattern by Lisette. So yeah, it's 1419. Nothing really else to say about that pattern whatsoever. I mean, it would be a great pattern to do. Next one is 1424. This is a peplum. I have not gotten around to doing this pattern yet, but once I get around to this pattern, I want to do view A and do color block for it. But that's the view that I'm interested in. It's 1424. I have 2 of these patterns, so if you are interested in getting the smaller pattern, which is 4 through 12, let me know and I will send it to you. Next pattern is 1426. This is a bralette back in 1950. It's also a vintage pattern. So basically, I am interested in what the model is wearing, which is view A, and that's the view that I'm interested in doing. I have some nice fabric to use for that as well. Next one is 1428. It's an easy to sew pattern. I am interested in view A. That's the view that I would be doing when I get around to this pattern. It's 1428. Next one is 1429. I have 2 of these patterns. Same size, so if you are between the sides of 16 and 24, let me know and I will be glad to send it to you. This is a knit only, so you can only use knits for this project. It has a skirt, pants, and short. I'm interested in doing all 3 at some point in time, but this is 1429. The next one is 1430. I am so interested in doing this as a business wardrobe series, not as a recorded one, just basically doing it for myself. It's been in my stash forever. I need to pull it out. I like it for every single view. I could see the shorts paired with the jacket and the top paired with the pants and the jacket by itself. Combo, you could do the dress with the jacket or the dress by itself. So you could have so many pairing options for this pattern. It's a great pattern. 1430 is what the number is. Now moving on to the summer patterns. First one is 1353. So I picked it up for view A, and that's the view that I'm interested in doing when I get around to this pattern. Once again, it's 1353. 1354. So this was another amazing fit pattern that came out. I picked it up because I like that little V that cut out in the back. So that's the reason why I picked it up. So when I get around to it, I have some nice, gorgeous floral print fabric, and I have a stripe fabric that I could use for this pattern, but it's $13.54. $13.55. I know Mimi G has a tutorial for this pattern. Also, this pattern has been reissued as well. I'm not sure of the pattern right off the top of my head, but I could put it in the description box below and also put it up on the screen if I remember to. This is an easy to sew pattern. You could go to Mimi G's, I think it's under Mimi G or either Michael Levine tutorial. Just type in Simplicity 1355 and see that tutorial where Mimi G took, I believe she took view C bodice and then view A pants and made a jumpsuit. Amazing. I plan on doing that as well, but this is $13.55. $13.56. These are all summer 2014 patterns, by the way. This pattern is an easy jiffy pattern. It's 3 pattern pieces, no buttons, no zippers, no snaps, and it wraps. So basically this is like a wrap dress. You could create one side in print, one side in solid, and basically have 2 dresses instead of 1. This would be a great pattern for an easy summer sewing session. This is $13.56. $13.58. Same thing. You could create every single dress and have 6 summer dresses in your suitcase. It's $13.58, and this is an easy to sew pattern as well. $13.61. This is a jacket. So I'm not sure why it would be summer, but if you ask me, I would think of horseback riding. I am interested in view D, and I'm also interested in view B as well. I'm not sure. So basically you would have to pick up spandex knit fabric, activewear fabric. So this looked like it would be an easy sew. I'm not sure if I would make it because to wear a jacket with activewear or spandex knit is not something that I would do in this Florida heat. So I'm not sure, but it's $13.61. $13.62 is another great summer pattern. You can do every single view and have different tops in your pattern. I mean, in your suitcase or your closet. It's an easy to sew pattern, and this is $13.62. Next one is $13.63. I have 2 of, so one of them's up for grabs. If you are interested, let me know. This is an easy to sew pattern. It's $13.63. This is also, I picked it up because C and D are what I'm interested in. It's only one up for grab. I'm keeping one of them for myself. But this would be an easy to sew summer pattern. Like it says, easy summer sewing. So you could actually get a lot of wear from this pattern. The next one is $13.64. This is an easy jiff pattern as well. Basically, it's just a basic boxy top. It's $13.64. The next one is $13.65. I like that tie around the neckline. It is super, super cute. I love it. And this is $13.64. I picked it up for C on the pattern. $13.66. I have done this. I have a tutorial for it. I love this pattern. I have done every single view except for view A. I have done view B, C, and D on the pattern. I'll go ahead and put photos up of each view that I have done, but this is a easy summer pattern. Now I have done view C like 4 times. I have done view B once. View D I have done twice. So this is a great pattern that you want in your stash. So if you can still find it at Joann's, I advise you to go ahead and pick it up. The next one is $13.67. I like the whole skirt. I would do, this is an easy to sew. I would do A, C, and D on the pattern. It's $13.67, and this is the easy summer sewing pattern. 1369, same thing. This is like a learn to sew basic skills pattern, easy summer pattern as well. If you're trying to learn how to sew in a straight line, sew skirts or whatever, this would be the pattern that you want to have. It's 1368. Now 1369 I have done. I did this as part of the Disney African Princess collection back in February. I did this as the Snow White dress. I'm sorry, Snow White skirt. There I have also paired it with 1366 that I just showed. This is an amazing pattern. I did view C. I plan on doing it again, but this is 1369. 1370 is a skirt. I have not heard of skirts in a very long time, since like the early 90s. But I plan on doing the skirt as well as the short. But this is 1370. Now, I also have quite a bit of these patterns right here for 1371. So I have two patterns up for grabs. This is basically, you can either get the 6 through 14 or the 12 through 20, either one. Both of them are up for grabs. So I picked this pattern up. I have fabric for this pattern, 1371. I plan on doing all views, A, B, C, and D. Now I want to pair A and C together and B and D together, but then also have a print for the top and the bottom, and then do a solid somewhere. But this is 1371, and this would be a great, like a summer play suit, power suit, you know, but it's 1371. 1372 I love. I picked it up because I like what the model is wearing. I really do not sew my own leggings. I mean, I'm just saying. But I have one up for grabs. I have two of them. One's up for grab. You must be between 14 and 22. As far as the sizing, that's the size that I have. So yeah, just let me know if you are interested in this pattern. And it's 1372. Next one is 1373. I've seen Erica Bonker do this pattern. I like view 8 on the pattern, so that's the view I would do. The shorts I would do, but I would extend it and make it a little bit longer. But this is 1373. 1375, great summer dress. I like the cold shoulder part of this dress, which is view A. It's an easy to sew pattern, so whenever I get around to this pattern, I would probably do it as a maxi dress, like for the Sew Maxi for Mother's Day, by Crumpety and Sewing, which is Tia, and Crystal Sews and Stuff, which is Crystal. And this would be a great dress to do. It's 1375. And the last one for the summer 2014 is 1376. This would be a great wardrobe pattern. Once again, I like all the views on the pattern, honestly. I picked it up because I like the dress along with the little shawl that she has right here, the scarf. I can see the pants and the top going together as well. So this would be a great wardrobe builder series pattern, which is an older pattern, so I would not record this or anything, but it's 1376. All right, moving on to the pre-fall patterns. First one is 1314. I like the little color block that's going on with this pattern, but this is the Cynthia Rowley pattern. It's 1314. 1315, I like that blouse, and I like the cuff. I like that little detail that's on the cuff, which is the reason why, you know, I picked it up, but it's 1315. 1316, I like, it's okay, you know, but I'm not like in love with the pattern anymore. Style change. But if I do this pattern, it'll be view D, and that's the view that I'm interested in. Sometimes you can see a pattern and not like it, but then once you create the pattern, it's amazing. Next one is 1317. I have done this pattern. I did it as a dress a long time ago, but the view that I did was view A on the pattern, but this is 1317. Now I know it's out of print and you probably no longer can find that pattern, but if you can, try Etsy, eBay, or Amazon. Next one is 1318. It's an easy to sew pattern. I have seen this all over Facebook and Instagram back in the days. This is an easy to sew pattern. I like it for view C, and that's the view I'm interested in doing when I get around to that pattern. 1319, I seen Mimi G do. I would have never picked this pattern up if I did not see Mimi G do this jacket and make it look good. Now, sometimes you could get a 1950s vintage pattern and then you flip it and make it look, you know, like it's something that came out in 2017, 2018, 2020, what have you, right? So do not sleep on these vintage patterns, because you could flip a vintage pattern and make it look good like Mimi G did. The view I'm planning on doing is view B when I get around to this pattern. 1321, I like this skirt. I like view C and I like view A on the pattern, and that's what I'm interested in doing, and it's 1321. 1322, I like what the model is wearing, which is view B. I'm also interested in doing view C as well, so those are one of the views that I would do when I get around to this pattern. 1322 is the number. 1324. So like I said, this is the So Stylish pattern. This would be a great business wardrobe pattern. Now I know it's probably hard to find this pattern, but I would do view A, B, D, and E on this pattern. I just have to plan on when I'm going to do it. I know this would not be a tutorial because you can't find the pattern. But this would be great as a, you know, if I use a tweed for the jacket and the skirt, use a knit for the top and the pants, I think it would go well. Some of the fabric options, like I said, view A would be knit itself, you know, some kind of stretch, some kind of form of stretch knit. View B, C, D, and E, you could use a brocade, a crepe, a light wool type. You could, and then for the contrast, you could use leather or suede fabric or velvet fabric. So it's completely up to you how you want to do that, but I thought it would be a great pattern. It's 1324. 1325. So on this pattern, I attempted to do, I cut the fabric out and then I did not sew it. Reason being is because that's when I found out I was pregnant with my son. He was born in 2015, so it would have been a big belly and I would have had to accommodate for it, so I decided not to do this pattern. I did pick it up, however, again, not to do it in a maternity style for a peplum, but I think this would be a great, you know, like a great one that you would want. Just like if you have a 1970s party or whatever, you could wear something like this and be stylish and cute. This is 1325. Okay, so the next pattern is 1277. So I like the side insets on the side. I like the concealed pockets that you pretty much cannot see. This is an amazing fit pattern. I love it. So whenever I get, and it also has different cup sizes as well. Whenever I get to it, I can't wait to do it. It's 1277. Next one is 1280. I love this top right here, which is view B. I have not gotten around to doing it, but whenever I do it, it will be view B, and it's 1280. Next one is a cape, and it's 1281. Love it for view C. Can't wait to do it. This is the cape that I'm interested in doing, and that pattern number is 1281. Next one is 1284, which is a 1960s vintage pattern. I plan on doing the dress and the coat to go along with it. It is a great pattern, y'all. So if you can still find it in the pattern drawer, look for 1284. 1249 is the next one. These are, the last ones are winter patterns, and it's not many of those. This is a two-piece raglan sleeve. This is 1249. It's an amazing fit pattern. I like the two-piece raglan sleeve. I like the princess seam. Can't wait to do it, but I am interested in view A when I get around to this pattern. Next one is a Jeff pattern. This is a two-piece pattern, so I don't know why I have been sleeping on this pattern. It's supposed to have, it's two main pattern pieces. Let me say that correctly. Two main pattern pieces. It's 5 pieces in the pattern, probably front back. front and back facing, and then you probably have like a arm, something that has to do with the armhole facing or something. Those will be your 5 pattern pieces. I haven't looked at the instructions, but it's $12.52. This looks like a fairly easy sew, so pull it out if you have it. $12.52. $12.53. So on this pattern, I picked it up because it's a top. Don't know why I really picked it up. I think that's when I was just picking up patterns just because. But yeah, it's $12.53. I would do view E if I ever get around to this pattern. Next one, $12.54. So listen, on this pattern, I love this pattern. This is a Leanne Marshall pattern. She does great patterns. This pattern is supposed to be an easy to sew pattern, but listen, I know me, I wouldn't want to sew a coat in winter. So I would have to literally sew this coat in summer to be able to wear it in the winter time. But this is $12.54. Love this pattern. It's been on my list forever. Next pattern is $12.55. This is the threads pattern. I wanted to do this pattern when it first came out. I want to say when I purchased this pattern in 2015. I wanted to do this pattern, never got around to doing this pattern. Plus, I'm hard on myself when it comes to sewing. I didn't feel like I was, you know, capable of sewing something, you know, like this because my sewing skills was not the greatest back then. And I just completely kept practicing, and practice make perfect. So I'm able to sew a lot more things and I have, you know, basically sewn so much stuff to where I'm able to tackle something like this in a matter of a week, week and a half. But this is $12.55. The next one, $12.56. Now the last 3 patterns that I'm going to show is multitasker patterns. Now I have not seen multitasker patterns since 2014. All the multitasker patterns are supposed to be easy to sew, and they are supposed to be for straight up beginners, like level 1, skill level 1 beginners, meaning that, you know, you could sew this with no problems. Just look at the instructions and you're good to go. This pattern is $12.56. And you should be sewing 4 pieces, I believe, on this pattern. You should be sewing the knit leggings, the tank top, the crop tee, and the sarong, and a 12-inch column, which is like a scarf. Those are the items that you will be sewing in this pattern. This pattern number, once again, is $12.56. Next one is $12.57. Same thing. This is an easy to sew pattern, multitasker pattern. In this pattern, you will be sewing a knit tank top, a sarong, a slouchy top, and a 24-inch column. I think the 24-inch column means that it is kind of like a wrap that goes around your waist, or like a scarf type feel, but this is $12.57. And the last pattern, also a winter pattern, same thing, $12.58, multitasker pattern. You are sewing a knit dress, a 24 and a 36-inch column, and a gathered wrap. So those are the things that you will be sewing in this pattern, and those are all the patterns that I have of Simplicity from 2014. All right, well, there you have it. That's all the patterns that I have from Of Simplicity from 2014. So like, comment, and subscribe. Also turn on the notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. So until next time, keep sewing.